cat refuses to let baby sleep alone, parents find out why and call the police. The young couple welcomes their first child, but they are unaware that danger is lurking nearby. The cat they adopted reacts strangely to warn them when the baby is brought home, but what will happen? Will the young couple understand what the cat is trying to say? Let's find out together on the Animal Needs Love channel. Mark and Laura had been hoping to start a family for a long time, but faced a series of struggles along the way. After several difficult months filled with uncertainty and doctor visits, Laura felt her dream of becoming a mother was slipping away. Sensing her sadness, Mark wanted to bring a sense of warmth and companionship into their home to help lift her spirits. They had never owned a pet together, and Mark thought that a cat, with its gentle purrs and comforting presence, might be the perfect addition to their lives. One day, after visiting a local shelter, Mark came home with an affectionate and curious kitten. Laura instantly fell in love with the little creature, naming her Luna. Luna quickly became a part of their lives, filling their home with joy and giving Laura something new to nurture and care for. As they bonded with Luna over the years, the couple found comfort in their little family of 3 while still holding on to their hope of one day having a child. 5 years went by. One morning, after experiencing some unusual symptoms, Laura decided to take a pregnancy test. As she waited anxiously for the results, Luna remained glued to Laura's side, seemingly more vigilant than ever. When Laura finally saw the positive result, she gasped in disbelief. "Mark, come here," she called out, her heart racing with excitement. Mark rushed in, and when he saw the test, his eyes widened. "Are you serious? You're pregnant?" "Yes, I can't believe it," Laura exclaimed, her voice trembling with joy. Luna, sensing the shift in energy, suddenly perked up. She bounded over to Laura, sniffing at her belly again with renewed curiosity. "We already have a baby," Mark laughed, wrapping his arms around Laura. In that moment, the 3 of them sat together, enveloped in a sense of joy and anticipation for the journey ahead, each feeling a part of the growing family that was beginning to take shape around them. 9 months and 10 days passed. The day had finally come. After what felt like an eternity of waiting, Laura and Mark were at the hospital, anxiously anticipating the moment they could hold their baby in their arms. With a final push and a cry of effort, the room filled with the most beautiful sound, the soft wail of their newborn daughter, Mia. Mark's eyes widened with disbelief and joy as he stood by Laura's side, holding her hand tightly. When they arrived home, Luna eagerly waited by the door, her tail flicking. Laura knelt down, excitedly greeting her. "Luna, we're back!" As they stepped inside, Luna rushed over, sensing something significant had happened. Laura held Mia close while Mark set the car seat down. "Okay, Luna, come here. We want you to meet someone special," Laura said warmly. Mark unbuckled Mia and lifted her out. Luna's eyes widened with curiosity as she approached, her nose twitching. Laura extended Mia towards Luna, letting the cat sniff the tiny face. "Meet Mia, Luna. She's your little sister," Mark said, smiling as Luna cautiously inspected the baby. Luna sniffed Mia's blanket, then let out a soft meow, her eyes wide with interest. "See? She likes you." Laura laughed, her heart swelling with love. Mia cooed, reaching out, and Luna leaned in, gently brushing her nose against Mia's hand, instantly connecting as if she understood her new role. As the days turned into weeks, Laura and Mark settled into the rhythm of parenthood with Mia, navigating sleepless nights and endless feedings. To ease their burden, they hired a caretaker, Clara, who arrived full of enthusiasm and experience. During Clara's orientation, their cat, Luna, watched her with narrowed eyes, suspicious of the newcomer. Laura couldn't help but notice the intensity in Clara's gaze whenever she spoke about children. "I've always loved working with little ones," Clara said, her voice brightening with passion. "There's just something special about them. Yet beneath Clara's enthusiasm, Laura sensed an unsettling edge. Laura shook off the thought, attributing it to nerves. Clara genuinely seemed eager to help. As Clara cuddled Mia, Luna suddenly leapt onto the couch, growling protectively. "Wow, I didn't know she had it in her," Clara exclaimed, her surprise evident. But Laura caught a flicker of annoyance in Clara's eyes. "Yeah, she is very attached," Laura replied, trying to reassure both Luna and Clara. "Maybe she thinks she's the only one who can care for Mia." "Luna, you're such a good big sister," Laura said, scratching her ears gently. "You have to trust Clara too." Gradually, Luna began to relax, though she continued to watch Clara closely whenever she interacted with Mia. One sunny Saturday, Laura and Mark decided they needed a break. After weeks of sleepless nights and the constant demands of a newborn, they felt it was essential to reconnect as a couple. With Clara scheduled to take care of Mia, they planned a simple lunch date at their favorite cafe. They both felt a flutter of excitement at the prospect of some time alone, something they hadn't enjoyed since Mia's arrival. They had a great time on their date that night. However, Clara called in the middle of dinner to ask them to leave. When she put Luna in the living room, she tried to bite her, she said. Clara didn't know what to do when the cat lost its temper. When Mark and Laura's date got over, they went home to help her. When Laura and Mark returned home, they found Mia peacefully asleep in her crib, the gentle rise and fall of her tiny body bringing a sense of calm to the room. Clara was sitting on the couch, watching television with an air of tension surrounding her. As the couple stepped inside, they apologized for being out longer than expected, eager to make sure Clara was okay. "No problem," Clara replied, though her smile seemed strained. She glanced nervously at Luna, who was perched protectively at the edge of the room, her ears perked and watchful. After Clara left, Laura turned her attention to Luna, who suddenly relaxed as the door clicked shut behind Clara. Laura couldn't help but notice how the atmosphere in the house shifted instantly. The tension that had filled the air while Clara was there seemed to dissipate, and Luna trotted over to Mia's crib, sniffing the air with an intensity that made Laura's heart race. "Luna, what is it?" Laura asked, a sense of unease creeping in as she watched the cat closely. Mark opened the crate door to let Luna out, and the couple stood in confused silence as they observed her movements. Luna happily trotted toward Mia's room, tail high and eyes bright, as if she were on a mission. The next morning, Mark awoke with a sudden realization. Remembering the security cameras he had installed a few months back, he rushed to his computer, anxious to see what had truly happened during Clara's visit. Perhaps the footage would provide a clue about what had triggered Luna's strange protectiveness. However, Mark's heart sank as he discovered that all the footage from the previous day was missing. Perplexed, he scrolled through his archives only to find a disturbing pattern. Almost every night since Mia was born, the video files from her room had been inexplicably deleted. Chills ran down Mark's spine as he processed the implication. Why would the footage only be gone from Mia's room? He muttered under his breath, the unease in his gut growing stronger. Determined to uncover the truth, he set up a new hidden camera, keeping it separate from his usual system to prevent any further deletions. He didn't want to alarm Laura, so he kept this new development to himself, planning to review the footage later. When he finally looked through the hidden camera footage, his heart raced. What he saw shocked him to his core. Mark rushed to wake Laura, who had just finished her morning routine. "Laura, you need to see this," he said, urgency lacing his voice. As they huddled around the computer, Laura's expression shifted from curiosity to horror. Tears welled in her eyes as she pressed her hands over her mouth, struggling to comprehend the evidence before them. Mark had recorded something that neither of them had expected. Who is that?" Laura stammered, pointing at the screen. The footage revealed Clara acting strangely around Mia, trying to approach her while Luna stood guard, hissing and swatting at Clara's hands as she attempted to pick up the baby. But what truly unnerved them was the realization that the footage didn't just capture the tension, it also showed Clara behaving oddly, almost as if she were trying to reach for Mia in a way that made Luna feel threatened. "We need to call the police," Laura said, her voice trembling. "This doesn't feel right." Days passed in a blur of anxiety as Laura and Mark called the police. With the police increasing their patrols and security cameras monitoring every corner of their home, they hoped it would be enough to deter Clara, now identified as Miranda, from making another attempt to invade their lives. Then, one crisp morning, they received a call from Officer Jenkins. "We've apprehended Miranda," he said, his tone firm. "She was found loitering in a nearby park, and we were able to confirm her identity and previous offenses." Laura's heart raced with a mix of relief and apprehension. "Is she going to be charged?" "Yes, she is facing charges for stalking and trespassing. We've got enough evidence now to keep her away from you and your home," Jenkins assured her. "Thank you," Mark said, his voice steady but laced with gratitude. "This means so much to us." After they hung up, Laura and Mark exchanged relieved smiles, but their joy was tempered by the weight of what had transpired. They felt a renewed sense of safety, but the lingering unease still hung in the air. Later that day, they gathered in the living room, watching Mia play with her toys, while Luna lounged protectively nearby, her ears perked up at every little sound. "Luna, you've been amazing," Laura said, bending down to scratch the cat behind her ears. "I don't know what we would have done without you." As if sensing their conversation, Luna looked up at them, her eyes bright with affection. She padded over to Mia, giving her a gentle nudge with her nose, and Mia giggled, reaching out to pat the cat's soft fur. "See? She's your guardian," Laura said, smiling at the bond they shared. "I think she loves you just as much as we do, Mia." Days turned into weeks, and life gradually resumed its joyful rhythm. Mia grew more curious by the day, while Luna remained ever watchful, her protective instincts unwavering. In that moment, the warmth of family filled the room, a testament to the bonds they had forged through adversity. With Luna by their side, they felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing they were never alone. Thank you for joining us in this heartfelt journey. What do you think about the bond between pets and their families? Have you ever experienced a moment where a pet protected you or someone you love? Share your thoughts below. If you find this story interesting, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Finally, don't forget to turn on our bell and subscribe to our channel Animal Needs Love so you don't miss any of our new videos. Thank you for your support and see you next time.